Good Sunday, Oscar Sunday, and we will expect strong winds for the day ahead, and that'll even continue into Monday. What we're looking at is that high pressure system continuing to ridge up just into the Pacific Northwest offshore, and then a low pressure system moving its way and digging a trough toward Los Angeles, just east of the Cascades as well, and just east there of the Sierra Nevada mountains. So what we're expecting with this is that low pressure, high pressure pushing up against each other and creating very strong winds today. This leads us to a wind advisory as well as a high wind warning throughout Northern California. And this is even going to affect everyone at the Oscars even further south, as they'll see that moisture from the low pressure system bringing in a 50% chance of rain tonight. Also some snowfall for the Sierra, and we'll also expect to see that snow tapering off for us as we move through tonight. Now, with very strong winds targeting the south, this is going to bring gusts anywhere from 30 to 60 miles per hour. Meanwhile, sustained winds in the valley could be anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour today, sustained. Meanwhile, the gusts reach anywhere from 30 to 60 miles per hour. So this is going to be a very strong system. Now, again, that SoCal rain and snow chance is going to move through as that low continues to press its way south. What we can expect in terms of the wind advisories is expiring around 4 a.m. on Monday. So while they all expire into the early morning hours, that doesn't mean the wind is going to be gone. We'll still see very breezy conditions continuing through your Monday and Monday afternoon, anywhere from 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. It's going to drop about 10 miles per hour from today for the sustained winds, but wind gusts still could get up to about 30 to 40 miles per hour tomorrow. Now, further south, Stockton, Modesto areas for the Amador, Calavera, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus counties, we're going to see those winds kind of dying down a little sooner. So we'll see the wind advisory also end sooner, closer to about 10 p.m. tonight. Here's what we're looking at in terms of winds and wind speed across most of Northern California. At 11:30 a.m., we could expect around 25 to 35 mile per hour winds from Marysville, Sacramento toward Fairfield, 30 mile per hour winds in Stockton, and the Delta area is looking at a high wind warning, basically saying you're going to see the highest winds near the Delta for today. Meanwhile, everyone else still has a wind advisory. So the high wind warning is going to take precedence over the wind advisory in terms of how fast, then how quick those speeds of winds move through that region. Now, for the Sierra, about 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, but you still take note of these colors here. Some of the dark purples, that's about 50 mile per hour winds. So some areas are maybe reading at 20 miles per hour. Meanwhile, that red shade is showing about 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. So just note that even though that certain area and that station may read a certain number, we're still looking at a lot of pockets here with very strong winds, especially toward Yosemite as that system begins to pass through. All right, so as we move into 11 a.m. Monday, again, the advisory's gone and lifted, but we're still looking at strong winds, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds in the valley. This is going to be a 10-degree drop from the day prior, but we're still going to expect very breezy conditions. So this system moving through is going to take a little bit longer than we anticipated. With snowfall moving through, most of that snow and snow showers are going to be further south. The further south you get, the more accumulation. So at this point, 120, 108, these areas are going to see a lot more of that snow in the shade here. But again, we're still talking about 1, maybe 2 inches of snow, so it really isn't too much to worry about. As you start moving from 50 toward 80, it's not really showing any of that snowfall at all. We could expect to see some of it falling, but not really accumulating or sticking. Meanwhile, some of the peaks will see a little bit more than that, closer to even 3 inches. So further north, not as much. Further south, we're starting to see it pile up there. South Lake Tahoe down at 7 a.m. We saw a little bit of those snow showers continuing, and then by 1 p.m. you continue to see it further south near Yosemite. And then as we start moving to Monday, most of that moisture now gone with that system that passed through, bringing very strong winds through the area. So now we are done with that system and not expecting to see any more rain or moisture as well. So temperatures going to be in the upper 50s to low 60s through the foothills with mid 30s for Sunday. Otherwise, we're going to start to see temperatures rising into the 50s by Wednesday. In the Bay Area, mid 60s to upper 50s. San Joaquin Valley also looking at some mid to low 60s today. We'll also see the low 60s continue in the Sacramento Valley, and temperatures going to rise to 67 degrees on Monday, continuing with those mid to low 60s into next week.